So you probably want to know,
Hey, what's the piggy story?
yeah, so I'm going to answer that question that you did not ask. Even though I just specifically said you did ask. Okay, let's go on. So, warning, big spoilers. Big spoilers. This is only for book 1, and I'll be telling each chapter. So let's get started. It's before chapter 1 right now. There's a person named Mr. P. His wife, Mrs. P. His wife, Mrs. P, gets very sick, and there's no cure for it. There's no cure for the sickness, and it's very deadly. Mr. P hires and pays a bunch of scientists to start making a cure. They eventually make one. He invites the Piggy family over without George to help test the cure. They all try it besides George, and they all seem to get stronger and feel better. They go back to the house. Eventually, the Piggy family start acting kind of weird. And sorry, I never done a video like this. I'm always used to just playing it. Right now, I'm just recording myself, so I'm not used to that. Sorry. So, eventually the Piggy family start acting hostile, and Mr. P hopes it's just a coincidence, but then the same thing happens to Mrs. P. And also, George Pig got infected before the hostiles, PPs. And so, don't come on and test me for saying baby. It was literally a joke. So you, the player, investigate because you're a cop, investigator, I don't know. And I should know, but I don't. And you go to the house. Eventually, you get knocked out. You run away, seeing a monster. You escape, and you escape with Doggy in his car. You go back to the police station to talk about stuff. Eventually, the siren comes telling you that there's some sort of monster, and you have to escape as fast as you can. You eventually escape with Doggy again, heading to the gallery, hoping that would be safe, but it's not. You and Doggy are talking about some stupid stuff in the background, and it also doesn't really matter. Yeah. So later on, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, the first 2 chapters are pretty much useless. Okay, so chapter 4. So you and Doggy head over to the forest and you stay there for 2 weeks. Not saying why. So, chapter 4. You and Doggy are talking about how those monsters might have been your friends. But Doggy's like, nah. I actually don't remember if Doggy was like, nah. So you, the player. Why do I keep on saying that? Oh my god. So you start. I can't think. So you and Doggy go back to bed after talking about that in the forest. And you hear Doggy being forced to drink some sort of potion. Eventually you wake up trying to look for Doggy, but you see one of those monsters again who looks very familiar. But then you see Doggy. He's trying to kill you. You get scared. You get out there and you hear a radio that's saying someone's friend is in the school. Please help her or him. Dun, 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 dun. You go to the school. Chapter 5. You're at the school. The person tells you that his name is Mr. P, and the friend is trapped in the school, and you have to let them out. So you go into the school and you find them. Their name is Bunny. They helped you knock out the quote unquote monster, and you get back down into the sewers where Mr. P was. Then you fall unconscious and you wake up. Chapter 6. Well, you wake up in chapter 6 as soon as it starts. So chapter 6. Now, meow. Now, cow. Why did I just say that? So, you start looking around. So you wake up with Bunny, and Bunny tells you that you've been Bunny actually doesn't tell you how long you've been out for, even though you specifically ask. I don't know, but yeah, that would have been very helpful. Thanks, Bunny. Thanks. No, it's just simple, Bunny. And then later on, you go out to try to meet Mr. B at the helicopter, but you find out that he leaves. Bunny starts feeling kind of weird. You go back down to get down to the station. When you get chapter 7, station. You're at the station and Bunny starts feeling pretty sick. So she sits down, gives you the crossbow, and you do all the work. Stupid Bunny! Which does happen. Yeah. So you escape from that, and then Bunny tells you that she's been infected. Ah! Or monster-fied. Ah! So you leave that place. You leave Bunny behind. I mean, that's what you kind of have to do. Then you go to the Chapter 8 Carnival, and you're like, so you go on to get Mr. B in the carnival. You fight off the infected. You don't actually do that. You just run away from them. Vent camp. Vent camp, carnival. This is getting weird now. So you escape from there, go into where Mr. P should be. Barge down, break the door. No, you have to get every single little key to open up the tiny holes. And after you open up every single stupid tiny hole, you, that sounds so stupid. You find these people called Zizzy and Pony. They tell you that they have a safe place, so you head over there. Go through the city, nothing really happens, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, you got a note. Whoa. Yeah, you get this, it's a note. Shows a picture of a potato. I guess I'll keep that. That looks epic. After you bring the picture of a potato, yeah, you get out of there, get into the safe place. But you and Zizzy hear a noise, so you investigate. Also, you talk about stuff. Zizzy was a fencing person. Pony was a glasses man, and player you who played Piggy at least once, I hope, was a cop. Because, well, yeah. Then you, Zizzy, go investigate. Oh, you hear like a gunshot. That's what it is. Then chapter 10. You go in and you find them all. You and Zizzy go in, nothing happens. You find a ghost, the legs are dead. Ow. Also a robot. Ah! And then, after the robot pretty much kills you 8 times, if you're me, XD. You go in, you barge open the door, JK, you open every single tiny hole, and you find Gorg Pag. You're like, oh my gee, it's Gorg Pag. Because it's just Georgie. George, but now it's Georgie. And you're like, oh my gosh, George, I finally found you. And then you just remember that every single cop is probably dead right now. So you get sad. Doesn't actually happen, but I'm just like, dang, that happened to me. And I'm a player, so I'm just, that's canon now. Okay, boom, skadoop, biggie, boop. And then you go back to the thing, the safe place. You're talking, and you're like, hey, I heard like a sound coming from the outpost. Let's go over there. Okay. And then Pony and Zizzy follow you. No, Mimi and Gerald don't follow you because they're nerds. Stupid nerds. Oh, otherwise, nerds because they get the joke because they're smart for not killing themselves. Chapter 11, Outpost. You're there at the outpost, and you're like, let's go in. You boom bang, you get through that, you use the key cards, you escape, then there's a billion soldiers just like T-posing at you. Then George Pag comes in, walks through them, and you're like, yeah, I still don't understand how George just like walked through them. But yeah, he walks through them. And then after he literally walks through them, he plays. No, he doesn't just play. After he literally walks through 8 billion soldiers, that's stupid. He's like, I want to go to find Mr. P, Mr. B. So you and Player go in there, Jog and Player go in there, and Dizzy and Pony fight back the soldiers. Woo! Woo! Then you see Mr. P, who's Cyborg Man now. Then Chapter 12, Cyborg Man Land, otherwise known as plants, otherwise known as power plants. So you go through the power plants. Then, after you do that, you are doing cool. And you make it through there. You remember that you had a paper of a potato on that. Then you're like, wait, Mr. P is a potato? Then you go through escape boat, boom, bang, that. Then you use the dynamite, explodes life. Kind of. Then you go through like different dimensions, and then you get the note, but you're like, I already have this note.
Why?
Then you give 2 of the notes to Mr. P. Now normally you'd only give 1 note, but now that you have 2, you can be cool, and then you escape that. 2 notes. Thankfully, Pony and Ziggy fought off all the affected, and you're feeling epic. And then Gorg is just like, hey, maybe we can find a cure. And then that's probably how Piggy started. George was just like, hey, Mr. P, maybe you can find a cure. Now everyone's probably gonna turn into like Roblox people. And that's what that cure does. We need a cure for that. Like and subscribe if you want me to do a book 1 version of this. Hope this works, and yeah, bye!